Week 16 of the NFL season begins on Thursday, December 22nd, with an NFC East matchup between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. Week 16 is a strange one in terms of scheduling, since it takes place around the Christmas holiday. There are 12 games on Saturday, December 24th, including the Vikings at the Packers and the Cardinals at the Seahawks. Continuing on Monday, December 25th, there are 2 games, and the week wraps up on Monday, December 26th, with the Detroit Lions visiting the Dallas Cowboys on ESPN on Monday Night Football. Taking a look at the odds, on December 22nd, the New York Giants will visit the Philadelphia Eagles. The Giants are 2.5-point favorites on the road with a total of 41.5 points. The Eagles have won 6 of the last 10 at home in this series, but they're just 5-5 against the spread, with each of the last 6 in Philadelphia going under the total. Moving on to December 24th, the Washington Redskins will visit the Chicago Bears. The Redskins are 3-point favorites on the road with a total of 45.5 points. The Redskins have won and covered 8 of the last 10 in the series, with 3 of the last 4 going over the total, including last year's 24-21 Washington win. The Miami Dolphins will visit the Buffalo Bills, who are 4-point home favorites with a total of 42 points. The Bills have won and covered 7 of the last 10 at home in this series, with 3 of the last 4 going under the total. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will visit the New Orleans Saints, who are 3-point home favorites with a total of 53 points. The Saints have won 8 of the last 10 in this series, but they're just 5-5 against the spread. New Orleans is 6-4 straight up, but just 4-6 in the last 10 at home in this series. The Atlanta Falcons will be 2.5-point road favorites against the Carolina Panthers. The total set at 52 points. The teams have split their last 10 games, with the last 6 going under the total. They have also split their last 10 in Carolina. The Minnesota Vikings will visit the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are 6.5-point home favorites with the total at 43 points. The Packers are 7-2-1 in the last 10 games at home in this series, and they are 7-3 against the spread, with 2 of the last 3 having gone over the total. The New York Jets will visit the New England Patriots. The Patriots are huge 16.5-point home favorites with a total at 44 points. The Patriots have won 8 of the last 10 at home in this series, but they're just 3-6-1 against the spread, with 6 of the last 7 games going over the total. The Tennessee Titans will visit the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans are 4.5-point favorites on the road with a total of 44 points. The Jaguars have won 6 of the last 10 at home in this series, with the last 6 going under the total. The San Diego Chargers will visit the Cleveland Browns. The Chargers are 6-point road favorites with a total of 44 points. The Chargers have won 6 of the last 10 in this series, but they're just 3-5 against the spread, with 3 of the last 4 having gone over the total. The Indianapolis Colts will visit the Oakland Raiders. The Raiders are 3.5-point favorites at home with a total at 53 points. The teams have split their last 10 games, with the Raiders going 6-3-1 against the spread, with 4 of the last 5 games having gone under the total. The San Francisco 49ers will visit the LA Rams, who are 3.5-point favorites at home with a total at just 40 points. The 49ers have gone 6-3-1 straight up and 5-5 against the spread in their last 10 games with the Rams. This will be the first meeting between the two teams since they moved to Los Angeles. The Arizona Cardinals will visit the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are 8.5-point favorites at home with a total at 43 points. The Seahawks have won and covered 6 of the last 10 at home in this series, with 7 of the last 10 going under the total. The Cincinnati Bengals will visit the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans are 1.5-point home favorites with a total at 41 points. The Texans have won 6 of the last 10 games in this series, and they are 7-3 against the spread, with the last 3 games going under the total. Moving on to Christmas Day, December 25th. The Baltimore Ravens will visit the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 4.5-point favorites at home, the total at 44 points. In this rivalry game, the Ravens have won 7 of the last 10 games, but they're just 5-5 in the last 10 in Pittsburgh. The Denver Broncos will also visit the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are 4-point favorites at home with a total at just 37.5 points. The Broncos have won and covered 7 of the last 10 in Kansas City, with 2 of the last 3 having gone over the total. Finally, on December 26th, The Detroit Lions will visit the Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football. The Cowboys are 7-point home favorites with the total at 43 points. The Cowboys have won and covered 6 of the last 10 in this series, with 5 of the last 6 having gone over the total. For our picks and predictions on every NFL and NCAA football game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out bangthebook.com.